What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? So in today's video we're going to be touching on a few updates on the Mototech. If you guys have been watching the videos, I'm sure a lot of you see it sitting in the back all stripped down, looking sad, and I've been going hard on the B1, playing around with the RSF, playing with the SSR, all that good stuff, and it's finally time to give some love to the Mototech. It's been sitting here for like 6 months now, and I really wanted to get that 36 ampere hour in there and turn up the Qs165. So finally something crawled up my butt and said let's do this. So yesterday I did already get started on it, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys up to date and show you guys what I've done so far, and kind of run through the plans, what the overall goal is at the end of this. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'll show you what I've done and the direction I was going to go, but the direction I'm planning to go now, and let's take a look at it. All right, guys, so not too much has been done. As you can see, we got the bottom tray cut out right here and got a couple pieces tacked into place. Then I'll be finishing up over here. So yeah, basically all I did was cut the tray out right here at this point. Get my finger out of there so it doesn't blur. So that bottom tack right there, cut it down right over here. And if you remember a while back, I got this drop down bar from Electro & Co. And basically this bar right here that runs across, you can see where the cradle actually comes out, swoops up and comes in. So obviously I cut it off right there. And then you'll see this little flat piece right here. That is where the old foot pegs went. So I went ahead and cut those off. But the drop down pegs had a bracket similar to this, and basically these would bolt down into the existing brackets. So what I did just to hold it into place is I welded this plate to the back here. That way this stayed in the same exact position as it was when it was bolted down to the stock pegs. Then of course went ahead, cut this out, and then I took this little chair right here and my little angle bracket, got it to where this would sit flat once it's back on its wheels. Put the battery in here and just kind of did some measurements, figuring out how much I'm going to need to extend this out and still be able to lift the battery up and pull it out. Now, the original plan was to cut it down the middle somewhere and extend it out, but I really don't want to mess with the frame's rigidity and all that work just to get maybe another inch and a half of wheelbase. It's really not that big of a deal. It's already got a great wheelbase as it is with my, what is this, like 2.5 inch extension on it for the Qs165. So it works really good. So the plan for this now, we're going to go ahead and finish up this cradle to fit the big 36 amp hour right here from a Morg, 225 amp discharge. I only have the 72330 encoder version, so it's only good for like 170 amps. But I do want to play around with some VESC, maybe throw in the Flipski 75 450 in it, see if I can get it running. I'll probably play around with the current 75 200 that I have in the B1 just to see if I can get the Qs165 working. I've been doing a little bit of research, but time will tell. Of course, if I can get it up and running, we will be switching to VESC. But yeah, guys, so I just wanted to kind of bring you up to date. I'm going to ditch the CRF 50 plastics and go with something different. I'm not going to say it this time, make it kind of a little bit of a secret. It's something that's been done on the razors and stuff already, so it'll be new to the Mototech, but not new to the community as a whole. I do need to get new forks. I crashed this thing pretty good, and I could probably rebuild it, but the fork legs are actually like wobbling inside of the tubes, so that's not good. Definitely need to get that. I'm gonna have to get some new bars. Bent the hell out of them during that crash as well. And yeah, so I'm just, once I get the plastics in the seats, I may end up cutting the subframe off or just extending it out like I did with the CRF50. That's to be determined. I wish I had a tube bender so I could, completely redo this the way I want to, but unfortunately I don't, which is a big reason I didn't want to cut the two top tubes. Cut it and then put a little piece in between. It would have to run straight so I don't mess with the head tube angle or any of the geometry other than the wheelbase. And then I'd have to gusset it, and it's just not something I'm willing to do at this point. I only have the flex core set up. I need to get a bottle of gas, and it all just costs money that I do not have at the moment. But yeah, so if you guys want to help me reach those goals, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Just bring the engagement up. It helps the channel a ton, and of course I appreciate you. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. This isn't all going to get done today, obviously, but we do want to get this welded up and then, grind it. Grinder and paint makes you the welder you ain't, of course. So, yep, get this done and then fit the battery and make sure that fits good. And from there, we'll probably put this on the side for a little bit longer until I can come up with some money for some plastics. We'll get the plastics on. I may even just, throw it back together the way it was with the big battery and play with the flip ski just to see if I can get it to work with the Qs165. I also have, it's hard to see, but all my parts are in here. They're super dirty and just caked with the Florida clay. Like this fender's completely obliterated. There's all stuff I need to do, so that's going to take me forever, pulling it out piece by piece, cleaning it up, making it look pretty again. I do want to paint the frame and swing arm. I also want to clean this up a little bit. It's super ugly. It works. Everything looks good. I'm not seeing any cracks, so my welds and my plating definitely held up. But I need to cap this off, maybe round it off a little bit better. Just try to make this thing a little bit cleaner. I'm trying to figure out a way to bring the shock more in a vertical position, but again, it's hard because the Qs165 sticks up so far that the shock needs to be in this location. And I don't want to try to bring it over here and then have the shock come way up here or something. I don't know enough about shock geometry, so I'll probably leave it as is. But all right, guys, to make this video not too long, I'm gonna go ahead, set it up on the tripod. We'll do a little hyperlapse. I'm gonna cut these pieces out, weld it all up, grind it, make it look pretty, slap the battery in there, and then we'll call it a day. Alright, guys, it's actually looking pretty damn good. Hopefully it looks good on camera. But I got my two pieces tacked into place. One right here, one right here. And then I got these two right here. I'm gonna have to fill this big old gap and hopefully grind it down, make it look good. Probably throw like a gusset or something in here. Just a nice thick plate. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I want to get some sheet metal. So I'll start out by cutting some cardboard out, but I want to make like a cool little sheet metal cover that I can bolt onto the sides here, since obviously extending this out ain't gonna be able to fit the stock panels back on anymore. And I do want to keep some panels, so hopefully we'll be able to design something cool. It'll be my first time really messing around with sheet metal like that. You know, it won't be any like fancy curves or nothing. It'll be like all angles and points and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, throw it on the tripod real quick, make sure the battery fits, and then from there I will go ahead, finish welding, cleaning everything up, make it as smooth looking as possible. And then I got to weld, I think I might cut these down some more, weld some more plate right here, and then I will have to cover this hole up as well, either with some sheet metal or something I can find around here. But yeah, it's looking good. Came out pretty cool, and I believe from my measurements the front wheel under full compression should not even come close. So hopefully that works out. I don't want to be doing any front flips. All right, cool deal. So let me set you up real quick and we'll stuff the battery in there, make sure it works. Grab the battery real quick. And we'll test it from both sides. As long as I can make it through one side, we're good to go. Oh yeah, sliding in good. Perfect. Enough gap right here that I can lift it up and out. Comes out this side as well. Very, very easily. I think we're done. Hell yeah. So let me go ahead, clean all this up, get it all finished welded, and then I'll come back. Yeah guys, so we got the cradle all done up, got it all welded and grinded, kind of make it look like one solid piece. Looks really good, battery fits beautifully. Still gotta go down there and get some sheet metal, extend the skid plate, probably have it wrap up behind. I'm gonna weld a new piece of plate to connect all this right here, make this nice and rigid. And then of course going to extend this plate out so it comes, you know, somewhere over here. Make this nice and solid, that way it can hold my weight. But yeah guys, I'm pretty excited. It looks super good. Didn't think it was gonna look good. Usually they look kind of goofy, like popping down at the bottom, but that I have it all flat along with the foot pegs, it looks awesome. Again, 72 volt, 36 amp hour, 225 amp. And then I went back here, capped the holes off, grinded it down, made it look a little bit smoother. Swing arm still ugly as hell, but yeah, it looks a little bit better. But yeah guys, so I'm gonna end this video right here. I do have a question for you guys. What color should I go with the frame? Nothing special, just gonna rattle can it. But I do want to do something a little different, maybe do the swing arm as well. I'm thinking like purple, like a dark purple or something. Plastics are going to be black. I love the black. I might wrap some stuff in like a carbon wrap kind of deal, like I had the original little aluminum side panels that I made. So something like that. But yeah, freaking stoked to finally be getting to the Mototech. She'd been sitting dusty and sad for way too long. Alright guys, so yeah, look forward to more of the Mototech build series. This thing's coming back, and it's coming back better than ever. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. There's a ton of you who aren't subscribed, but you keep coming back. Just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.